when I got back from there, I went and played rugby again, but then the body broke down. And, you know, looking back to that Kosovo tour, there was probably a lot of stuff that I didn't probably deal with at the time that you know, potentially stores up in the body. And, you know, I got told I'd never play rugby again. This was in the November in '99. Again, playing for the combined services against the Barbarians, and the back went. Did a stint at Headley Court. Headley Court again was still very quiet, and they gave me the good news. But you know, I wasn't prepared to listen to that. I think that rugby, you know, it's not a cliche for me. It was the truth. It sort of saved me. You know, being able to apply, you know, all my focus and effort into that, and the regiment again continued to support me on that journey. And it was double-edged in the sense that I had all this autonomy around my own time, which is very, very unique. But at the same token, probably I could have done with a little bit of support, you know. And that's in hindsight, of course. And then we did Iraq in, you know, 2003, like Kosovo, some of the first guys to cross the border there. A totally different operation. And then fast forward again, you know, we got into the Afghan stuff. So yeah, it's pretty hectic time. But yeah, so it wasn't sort of one or the other. It was really just a case of using sport to keep me going. Really, it was tough.
Okay,
yeah.
And during the I mean, jump in, Aaron, but during the sort of Afghan sort of Iraq era, which club were you actually playing for at the time, outside of the army?
Yeah, so.
And how were they about sort of releasing you?
Yeah. It's probably worth just a little quick sort of recap. So when I was out in Kosovo, so there was when I come back, I joined Coventry, and then, as I said, the body broke down. So I spent 5 months. 3 months of that I couldn't walk. Wow. And then I was so lucky. Howard Graham, his wife at the time, Angie, she was actually at Headley Court, and a guy called Gareth Thomas, who became the head physio for the Army Sevens team. They were both there, and because it was such a quiet place, I was afforded the opportunity to come in and for them to treat me virtually full time. And also at that point where the regiment had given me that, there's no other commitment than just me looking after myself. And the head coach of the Army team said, look, if you get yourself fit for the game before the Army Navy, then I'll give you that game. And if you go all right, then I'll consider you for the Army Navy, because I wasn't going to be fit for the Air Force game. And we just got to that point, and then he changed his mind. So it wasn't my proudest moment. I mean, he was a serving lieutenant colonel at the time, and I called him out.